Hello everyone. I know it's been a little while since I've done a video, but now since I'm out of school, I figured this would probably be a good time to go ahead and just get something out there, just kind of let you know where I'm at. So I'm 127 days into carnivore. I'm kind of actually probably a little more carnivore-ish at this point. I've added a few things back into my diet that had a chance to test some stuff that it seems to be working really well for me. So I've added back in, I tried, like I said, I tried going off coffee for a little while. I've done it twice actually. Didn't really make any difference, so I just added it back in. I'm fine with that. But I'm having nuts occasionally. Only roasted pecans, walnuts, and I don't have them very often, and I don't have a lot when I have them, and they've gone really well. Been wearing the CGM, when I've been testing these things, and they've worked really good for me. I do still have my sweeteners. I'm not really worried about it, honestly. I've been off sugar for so long, and I know that I can't have it because it literally will kill me. So I'm not worried about it being a slippery slope. I think probably the worst thing for me with it is that if I have too many of the tasty things with the sweeteners, I might not eat the stuff I should be eating. But besides that, it's not been a problem. So I'm still having those, staying away from, the more problematic ones, trying to only have allulose or stevia or monk fruit. Though occasionally I'll have a not Diet Coke, but like a Coke Zero or something like that. But that's pretty rare. I mostly drink water. That's what I got right now. So yeah. So there's that. But really my diet is just beef and eggs for the most part. I mean, that's pretty much all I eat. That's what I really like to eat. So that's pretty much all that I eat. And then I've been really crushing on this beef bacon. Oh my hell. Okay, so I found this beef bacon through the food co-op, and it's amazing. I wish it was a little cleaner. It is cured with turbinado sugar, so there's that, but doesn't seem to be an issue. It's really tasty. That might be an issue. But yeah, really just like I said, eating beef and eggs. It's really all I've been eating. I only really tested the other things because I just wanted to see what I could have. The variety's fun. So there's that. And that's been going really good. I do occasionally have some dairy, chicken, salmon, those sorts of things, but really just beef and eggs, butter, tallow, beef bacon. What are really probably my favorite things to eat is the ribeye. Love a good ribeye. Of course, you ask just by a carnivore diet, they say yeah, ribeye. But I'll tell you what else I really love, and this is actually a pretty common one too with carnivores: chuck roast. Holy cow. I always make a chuck roast every week, and I keep it in the fridge, and I eat on that throughout the week. I'll scramble up some eggs, I'll fry an egg, whatever, and I'll have chuck roast. And I love it. It's great. It's easy. Just throw it in the crock pot. Yum, yum, yum. So yeah, I really love all that stuff. Still dealing with a little bit of the leg cramps at night, though. The last few nights have been working really good for me. So I take a ton of supplements, but I have absorption issues. So you know, I don't think I do really well with the stuff I take orally. So I take a ton of magnesium and it doesn't seem to make a difference. I salt the crap out of my food, doesn't seem to make a difference. But what really seems to have helped is when I do have the electrolytes, I've added apple cider vinegar and creatine, which are both supposed to help with absorption. I don't know if it's working because I've also been being pretty diligent about the magnesium lotion at night. And then I bought these air compression things that I put on my legs for a few hours, or the few hours before bed. So I don't know which one's working, but I'll tell you, the last couple nights, been great. I don't wake up and stretch and cramp, because I'll tell you, a couple times last week, that was not fun. Waking up at 2:30 in the morning with the entire back of my leg, front of my leg, foot cramped. It's awful. But, so there's that. And that's okay. So, yeah, I still recommend this. If you're having problems with hunger, you want to lose some weight, you're having any kind of issues with energy, poor sleep, anything like that, and you've tried other dietary interventions and just nothing seemed to help, you know, I still recommend giving this a shot. Some things that people ask me when I talk about being on a carnivore diet are like, what about the fiber? You don't need it. I poop just fine. Matter of fact, I used to have chronic constipation, and I kept thinking I needed more fiber. You know, because that's what they tell you. You need more fiber. So I ate more fiber. You know what I ended up with? I still had constipation, but then I had, my blood sugar was all over the place. Just all over the place. And I had crappy energy, and I slept like garbage. And no, didn't get me anywhere. I'll tell you what fiber probably did get me. It got me 3 surgeries. Well, two surgeries and 3 episodes of bowel obstructions or gastroparesis. That's what fiber did for me. So I'm not saying that everybody can't eat fiber. I mean, I'm sure there's people out there that do just fine with it. It never did me any favors. So you don't need fiber to poop. It just makes your poop big. You make your poop big. You want to know why it makes your poop big? Because you don't absorb most of it. You poop most of it out. When you're eating a proper human diet and you're just eating meat and fat, you're absorbing it all. And there's very little waste. But your body still produces waste. So you don't need fiber. It's not an essential nutrient. You don't need it. So there's that. You don't need carbohydrates for energy to work out. I guess unless you're like a high endurance Olympic athlete, maybe. You don't. I don't have any problems with it. So, you know, you don't need carbohydrates. They're not essential. And I get plenty from, you know, the little bit that I have. So there's that. And so yeah, I mean, that's really all I've got. Yeah, out enjoying the day. Got a couple weeks off before I get back to school. Little puppy. Can you see the puppy? That puppy trying to get at me. Anyway, so yeah, I came out here to take a walk thinking that I would have less distractions. Because at my house, my dogs are going nuts. Except for I come out and go for a walk, and all the neighborhood dogs are going nuts. Because I'm sure you've heard them barking and carrying on. So there's that. But anyway, yeah. So 127 days. Feeling great. Sleeping great. Great energy. Great. Skin is clearing up. Mostly. It's not perfect. But I've been, a lot of the irritation's gone. Matter of fact, pretty much all of the puffiness and the irritation is gone. Really all it's left is a little bit of redness, a little bit of dryness, but for the most part it's actually pretty good. I've been washing with just aloe, just 100% aloe, no soap, no none of that. And then I made a moisturizer that's just aloe and beef tallow and a 5% solution of niacinamide. It's supposed to help with the redness, and I think it probably does. And that's what I've been using for like the last, I think it's been about 20 days. It's been working really good. So I'm going to keep doing that. I mean, hopefully eventually all this garbage on my face will clear up, but it's definitely a hell of a lot better than it had been. So anyway, that's my update. And as always, if you have any questions or you just want to know more, please feel free to leave me a comment, send me an email. Check out Dr. Kinberry, check out Judy Cho. Get that Carnivore Cure book. I'm serious. She's got a smaller one out now that's a little more condensed that you might like a little bit better. So you might want to check that out and try it out. And let me know. Anyway, get out, get some steps in, get some sun, and eat some meat. Later.